means you've crossed the wrong threshold. Time to defend. Founder of the Flaming Fist. Later history is kinder to him than accounts from his time, which portray him as a cruel patriarch and later start his adventure. Captain Morgan Redlock's widow's bastards who made their fortune. After the wedding, the groom suffered a Dame Amalfrey, the orphan's friend, founded several orphanages in the outer city, as the lower city was no place for children. This is a bust of the god Bane as he first appeared to Gortash in Dream orphanage, and was then described to a Rivington sculptor.
Thank you for the lift, my friend. Thank you very much indeed. Ta-ta.
Must be surrendered. All livestock is now property of the Ducal Council for the duration of the ongoing... Move along. I've got my hands full enough without gawkers.
You must agree, this is ludicrous. How are we meant to survive without our livelihoods?
My herd are dairy goats. I bet they're going to slaughter them, the poor things.
Not to be tolerated.
Are they gonna pay us for the animals they take? Like elves they are!
My husband's still in the outer city with the few cows we have left. How am I going to tell him we have to give them up?
A little small talk.
Eyes front and keep your nose clean, newcomer. A noose and a short drop is how we deal with troublemakers. Careful. That sounds like a threat. And people who threaten the fist end up in jail or dead. Now run along before I start taking you seriously.
Oh, you? I know you. How delightful to meet in person. Though, you're shorter than I expected. How is such an overrated question. It's the who and the why that matter, darling. My name's Estra Stir, journalist. I speak to the people of Baldur's Gate so our readers don't have to. You are quite correct. The best broadsheet around. I would certainly recommend picking up a copy in the near future. You are, after all, the star of the next Baldur's Mouth Gazette. If I told you, you'd lose the fun of reading it yourself. It's our juiciest edition in an age bound to get everyone talking about you. I bet you do. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've really said rather too much and written rather too little. Good day.
Hello? Does anyone want to buy a Gazette? I don't know how. I'm only 6.
Don't get too comfortable. It's only a matter of time before the army of the Absolute gets here.
Thank Helm we made such good time. The army of the Absolute are back. Certainly encourages a brisk pace.
Sorry about the pong. We've been on the road for more than a 10-day.
Safe for now.
Greetings, citizen.
A few days away.
What did she even do? I bet nobody knows. I didn't see her do anything wrong.
Used to think those things were gonna make me feel safer. Not anymore.
One blow and she drops like she's dead. Maybe she is.
I don't like this. I don't like the look in some of their eyes.
These street trash need to watch their tone. I don't tolerate disrespect.
If all these folks can just keep their shit together, maybe nobody else will get hurt. Maybe.
The citizen is unconscious and won't be waking up anytime soon.
Greetings, child of faith. Be welcome to the Stormshore Tabernacle. You have come far, I perceive. How may I serve you this day? Here, clerics may commune with their gods, and even hear their responses, if they are so favored. I am also granted the power to provide holy resurrection through sales of revivification scrolls. I am Vicar Humbletoes, guardian of the Stormshore Tabernacle. I keep the peace in this sacred place and guide those in need. Of course, my child, within limits. Behold my wares. You are bathed in the cool gleam of moonlight. You must be a follower of Selûne. You have come far, I perceive. How may I serve you this day? Ha! That is no surprise, Holy One. You have entered the Stormshore Tabernacle. Here, clerics may commune with their gods, and even hear their responses, if they are so favored. I am also granted the power to provide holy resurrection through sales of revivification scrolls. My purpose is to connect every soul with their divine patron. How could I do that if I couldn't distinguish what deities they serve?
I made it back. I'm here. Thank the gods. Thank the gods.
Yes?
Baldur's Gate. You know, I never quite believed I'd actually make it back. Wasn't until we got within reach of Worm's Crossing that it felt real. It's so strange. I don't remember much of it, yet I can't help feel like I know it. It feels like home. I suppose it is. Though the chance to savor the moment might be brief, given all that still lies ahead of us. I may have to rely on your local knowledge to plug the gaps in my own mind. Hopefully, I'll remember more than I expect to.
Feel the chill gaze of the Moon Maiden upon you. Selûne welcomes you. An inscription reads, Let all who worship the changing tides of life and knowledge feel the blessings of Selûne. Trust in the purity of my light. See the constancy in its inconstancy, and you will be guided aright. As a moon-bathed cleric, this is your moment to bask in her lunar light and imbue your spirit with her majesty and grace. The amount you've offered proves your faith and devotion. You may now pray here once a day for a divine blessing. Show reverence before your deity and open your soul to their divine power. The cold, white light of Selûne fills you with majestic wisdom and grace. Shine forth as the Moon Maiden shines.
I'm doing a little shopping in the city.
Same. I think I may have overdone.
Lord Gortash is exactly what Baldur's Gate needs. I dread to think where we'd be without the Steel Watch.
The Steel Watchers are doing most of the good here, really. I'd love a gander at those schematics.
Only Lord Gortash has the strength to protect our city!
I don't really agree with Lord Gortash's methods, but the man does get things done.
You two must submit to Lord Gortash if you are to be saved. We give thanks.
No, we are not censoring the mouth. We are simply doing a routine inspection. And no, I cannot sell you a copy.
If the Steel Watchers had eyes, at least you'd feel like you were being watched by something with a soul.
Greetings, citizen.
Fearmongering here.
Listen, pal, if you're not moving my share of broadsheets, you're in my way. Shift!
I keep telling you, animals, if you want to buy a Gazette, talk to the loud little shit screaming headlines. I deliver the papers. I do not sell them.
Standard.
156, 157, 15... Oh, sorry, can't chat. 15... Shit! Where was I up to? Oh, thank Corellon. You're a lifesaver. 158, 159...
Boy, I got my eye on you. You got the look of a troublemaker.
Watch yourself in there. Sarky bastards, these writer-types.
What do I think of Lord Gortash's Steel Watch?
How about this?
Well, I am so glad you asked, Edvard.
Afraid I'll have to ask you to stop there. Only Edvard's allowed to use the basement elevator.
Hey, cut it out, will you? I've got deliveries to manage.
You ever heard of this many guards for a bloody broadsheet? It's ridiculous.
Don't know about you, but them big metal bastards really put me off my flow.
Damn it, damn it, damn it! Still missing one link. Oi, shove off. Don't be peeking at my scoop.
Hang on, wait, stay there. You reminded me of that word I was looking for, corpusculent. That's it. As you were.
Well, well, if it isn't the city's next celebrity. You star in our next edition's top story. Well, you should have considered that before disgracing yourself in public. Trafficking refugees into our city is hardly a good look. Especially when so many are absolutists and murderers. The truth will be out with tomorrow's broadsheet. People will spit in your face. Your very presence will be bad for business. You'll be a pariah, an outcast, as you should be. And then, we can only hope the Fist do their duty and escort you to the gallows. Your days of scumming up this good city streets will be over. I would never reveal my sources, and certainly not to the likes of you. Besides, you're too late. The headlines are loaded into the print works already. Tomorrow, you will feel the power of free speech. Vox Populi, Vox Dei. Now, guards! I believe our distinguished guest was just leaving. Would you care to escort them out?
Not everyone subscribes to what is mine.
See me.
Approach the printer, noting its ink splots and intricate cogs. Before you can get closer, however, it begins to speak.
Oi! Gormless! Over here! Thought I recognized you. Dolly was right. You aren't much of a looker. We both love cheeky words. She does all the shouting, I do the writing. This is my paintbrush. I make sure everything that's in those big, ugly article blocks becomes fine printed artistry. I'm a master pensman, I am. Dolly can't stop talking about you. Hero this, hero that, hero here, hero there. Hello, hero. You know, there's some absolute filth about you in tomorrow's edition. Seeing as you were kind enough to free Dolly, how's about I do you a favor? Why don't we change the headline? We can load up something a bit less damaging for your reputation. Well, first, I've got to release the old nasty top story. Oop, there. Now, you've got to find a new article to replace it. How delightful!
That's what the people need to know.
Paper's printing right now, pal. Should be on the streets tomorrow.
Well, if it isn't the city's next celebrity. You star in our next edition's top story. Etvard Needle, editor of the Baldur's Mouth Gazette, speaking truth to power since 1450 DR. No need to introduce yourself. I make sure I become intimately familiar with my subjects before writing about them. Oh, we have plenty of ink. Enough to cover all your misadventures in this good city. Trafficking refugees into our city is hardly a good look. Especially when so many are absolutists and murderers. The truth will be out with tomorrow's broadsheet. People will spit in your face. Your very presence will be bad for business. You'll be a pariah, an outcast, as you should be. And then, we can only hope the Fist do their duty and escort you to the gallows. Your days of scumming up this good city streets will be over. Nice try, but it's not gonna work. Lord Gortash and me are very close, and he mentioned no such thing to me. The headlines are loaded into the print works already. Tomorrow, you will feel the power of free speech. Vox Populi, Vox Dei. Now, guards! I believe our distinguished guest was just leaving. Would you care to escort them out?
The guard is busy with their patrol and has no time for idle chatter.
I wonder if my old things are still there. They could be of use to you.
Ugh, gods. Be spouting a load of crap. Don't waste your time.
Listen and submit to the Mistress of Disease.
We've got no choice. We have to do what he says.
I like your look. You've seen battle, shed some blood. Could show these softies here how it's done.
I am never sleeping on duty again.
Distract the gauntlet, will ya? I think she's set on killing me.
About time. The Manip assured me a builder would come around a 10-day ago, and hold it. You're not the builder. Which means I've got no use for you. Look here, son. To get by in this place, you got to be tough as tax. There's no winning over the hooligans at the Blushing Mermaid with a smile and a nice hello. Now either you learn to fix my broken shutters, or you wag your tongue elsewhere.
My daughter back. How many times do I need to say it? You sent word about a lead, said that I should come see you about it.
Of course, madam. Let me just... Forgive me, why are you here?
Is this some kind of sick joke? Do you have any idea what I've been through these past few days? My daughter Vanra, my little girl, she's missing. This stupid, useless Fist said she had a lead, but she must have been sucking Dream Mist or something.
Madam, tell me. You said... she was... taken from a tavern?
You catch the barest tendrils of magic coiled around the flaming fist.
Yes, the Blushing Mermaid down by the docks. I told you 100 times. Why aren't you listening?
Someone or something has tampered with her memory.
What were we discussing?
What is happening? I feel like I'm going mad.
Nonsense, I'm fine. Madam, tell me why you're... here, and I will assist.
God, you're right. Something's wrong with her. Can you help me? I've no family, and Vanra's father isn't around. The Flaming Fist was my last resort. I'm so afraid. I'm so tired. I've been looking night and day everywhere I could. Her name is Vanra. She's 7 years old and has red hair, like me. We were in the Blushing Mermaid when she was taken. Just up by the docks. No, unless you count a couple of old drinking mates at the next table. But they'd be no help. They barely remember their own names. I was sober though. I swear. I stop in the maid for a drink sometimes. But it was only a quick one. Thank you. I'll head home. Can't stand being around these idiots any longer. Come find me the moment you hear anything.
All right.
I apologize for the hassle that woman caused. Such time wasters and troublemakers are a plague on the Flaming Fist. Blaise Portier is perfectly fine. She's simply under tremendous pressure. There's nothing to worry about.
Let's see.
Cooking as fast as I can. Those fists have got bottomless bellies, I swear.
Really?
Halt! This one is an ally of Our Lady in Red. Orin spoke of you. You walk in the Dread Lord's favor. Perhaps you wish to partake in his service. Go ahead. Their blood is yours to spill. Heretic! You act against Orin, you act against Baal, and our Lord has no mercy for sinners.
About it.
Watch your back.
Soldier.
Need some other oozing, stinking love.
What's this, cousin? Another absolutist come to see what we did to poor old Sarin. Your god took her mind, cultist, so Bereki took her head, and I burned the flesh from her bones. And now you come to interrupt the funeral rites. Yes, cousin. An excellent idea. Cousin says we will take you in return. He says you look just like kindling for Sarin's funeral pyre. I took my friend's life, but only after your god took her soul. Sarin, Bereki, and I, we were the three finest thieves in Baldur's Gate. We broke into the offices of Gortash, discovered he was with the Absolute too. Your fellow cultists hunted us, so we hid down here. We were safe, and so was our loot, until the darkness soured Sarin's mind. She kept our treasure from us. Said Bereki and I had gone strange. Hush, cousin. Sarin turned into a cultist herself, so we did what we had to. Bereki wept until his voice was gone, and then he was gone too. leaving only me to conduct Saren's rites. And my cousins here. You cannot conduct the rites without a clan to bear witness. Or some fuel for the fire. She swore she was no cultist, but you all lie. The Absolute turns you. I don't know. Pass then, and do not come back. This is Saren's final resting place, and a killing ground for all who come to disturb her.
I'm no expert on water, but that looks lethal.
Just as I was getting bored, our Lord sends us a little diversion.
Let's cover your fire, baby. Easy.
Someone
This
doesn't
place
like
is
this.
hungry for blood.
Flowers are so overrated. They're bright, gaudy, and almost never make good poisons. Doesn't matter what we think.
I used to be the scourge of the house.